I just finished these covers this morning, and it's just, I know y'all have seen other people do this. It's just the paper bag technique, making it look like leather. I just thought they turned out pretty awesome. And I did put a little bit of shimmer spray on top. Yeah, I just finished doing it. It's still early here, so. Anyway, I'm gonna start another set, and this set I'm gonna do black. I'll try to do black leather. So I just thought I'd come on and show you what I'm gonna start with. I got some chipboard, some brown paper sack, and the first brown paper sack I started with the front and the back. I don't even know how I could show you or explain it to you on the video, but one side, and I'm assuming it's the outside, I've already torn it apart, so I'm not sure, but it looks a little shinier, and the other side is rougher. So I'm going to paint on the shinier side. This, like I said, this one doesn't show it as well. Let me see if I can get one that's not crumpled and see if there's a difference. Maybe it is on the inside that it's shinier. Yeah, it may actually be on the inside that it's shinier. Anyway, it doesn't absorb the paint quite as greedily as the rougher side, so I'm gonna do that. So what I'm gonna start out with is I'm gonna start out with like a layer of some burnt umber. I think I'm gonna start out with a dark as I got brown, and I'll paint that on and I'll come back. Alright, here it is so far, and it's already starting to look kind of leathery. I'll just put a coat of burnt umber, and as you can see, I didn't get real specific about how even the coverage was or anything like that, so it's good and splotchy. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it again and I'm going to crumple it. I'm going to crumple it 2 or 3 times, and you know, like you did when you were a kid in elementary school and you take a piece of notebook paper, crumple it over and over again, try to make it as soft as you could. So I'm not going for the soft, I'm going for the wrinkly. So I'm going to just wrinkle it a couple of times, and then I'll come back and tell you what I'm going to do next. Now, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to tell a difference, but in reality it has a much drier look now. That's weird to say, but you know, a much more matte look. It doesn't look as satiny maybe. But anyway, this is what I use, the Faux Art burnt umber. I'm sorry, the apple barrel burnt umber. I'm looking right at it, saying something completely different. And now I'm going to use the apple barrel black. So I'm going to paint a good layer of black on there. And then basically as soon as I paint it on, then I'm going to take a napkin and paper towel and rub it back off, or, you know, rub it in and around, and yeah, take some of it back off. And we'll see what I come up with from there. Okay, now I've rubbed the black paint off, on and off, and of course it basically made it black. So I may try this again and put some gel medium in my black, see if I can make it a little more transparent. But I like it, so I may go ahead and use it. After I did that and dried it, after I rubbed the black on and off and dried it, excuse me, I just laid it down flat and rubbed over the highlighted spots with my ink pad. Wow. With my ink pad, and then I dried it again. And I'm half debating right now on whether to glimmer spray it or not, because I like everything shimmery, but I really don't want it shimmery yet, so I think I'm going to put it on the cover first and see what I think. It does look like leather. I'll give it that. So, alright, I'm going to put that on the cover, and I don't usually do them both at the same time, the front and the back. I don't usually, you know, just like make an assembly line. I don't know why I like them to look individual, so I'll do one and then do the other. And I did the brown ones exactly the same, so I'll show you those again. And of course you can see how different just putting the glimmer spray on the shimmer spray on gives it just a sheen just like leather. So, and I didn't put any kind of sealer on this or anything. Of course, my shimmer spray is made with acrylic paint, so it's just a little bit of acrylic paint and some you know, Pearlex powders. So it sticks on there pretty good. So I could put a sealer on here if I wanted, and I may on the black one, just because it is so matte finish, and I want it to have a little bit of a. Although, if y'all can hear that in the background, that's my grandson jumping on the bed, fixing to get told off again. He's just like his dad when it comes to that. His dad was a bed jumper for sure. So, anyway, I'm gonna put this on the cover and then I'll come back. Okay, here's the finished cover. And of course, you know, I'm like halfway done with the book already now before I remembered, uh-oh, didn't show the finished cover. But anyway, here it is. I have not glimmer sprayed it or anything yet. And I may decide not to. This is just the way it turned out. And it did actually finally turn out with a kind of a brown, black, a real ebony kind of color. So I really, really like it. It turned out fantastic. So if y'all are wanting to do a background texture or a leather texture, save your brown paper sacks and crinkle them up and paint on them. And literally all I did was slap some, I actually think I used Mod Podge on the back side of the craft paper, and then stuck no, actually I did. I Mod Podged on the chipboard and then laid it down on the craft paper. And I only smoothed on the back side of the chipboard. I didn't smooth on the cover. I didn't want to smooth out the wrinkles. I wanted them to stay. So anyway, that's the way it turned out. I'll show the mini in a different video because it's not quite finished. I don't have a lot of embellishments and stuff, and I make most of the embellishments I have, so I've used the art tiles that I made and stuff like that. And this is just kind of a whimsical Halloween mini, so I have no idea what I'm going to do on the cover of it yet, but this may be a little while in the making while I gather some embellishments together and stuff. So great video seeing nothing but this black cover. So, but anyway, there it is. Hope y'all like it. You'll probably like it more when you see the whole thing instead of just the cover, but sorry, let me dance the video around there. Sorry about that. Alright, see y'all later. Bye now.